Four reasons why you stop growing. Because when you hit the glass ceiling and you don't know which direction to turn to, you could feel stuck right where you're at. This is Dr. Spencer Coaches. Perhaps you feel like you're stuck at a crossroads in your life. You don't know what direction to take, and you feel stuck because things just feel stagnant. You're doing the same old thing every single day, dragging your feet to work, just collecting paychecks. And then you think, same old day, same old crap, different day, in other words. And when that happens, your inspiration for life can begin to dwindle because life can start to feel dull and just ordinary. And then you just kind of entertain yourself by drinking more, buying more fancy things, more expensive things, going on nicer vacations. But really, you just feel this sense of stagnation and unfulfillment and dissatisfaction with your life. So I'm going to discuss 4 reasons why that happens and how to overcome them, because that's happened in my life. As a chiropractor, every day started to feel like the same thing, hearing the same old problems, taking care of the same conditions, and just saying the same thing every single day. And it got to be really monotonous. And this is where I began to feel a sense of dissatisfaction. I loved helping people, and I loved seeing the results I was getting. But even then, something about it just became dull because I wasn't tuned into my higher purpose. And yes, my purpose was to help people get healthy naturally without drugs and medicine, and it still is. But I began to delve back into my psychological roots. I have an undergrad degree in psychology. And because when I hear people's problems, I realize, what makes them, puts them in that situation, and why some patients would follow my advice and other people won't. And I see that a lot of them just were stuck in a state of being unhealthy. And then also I looked around at my colleagues, my friends' lives, and I began to see the same thing. When you approach middle age, you're going to see divorces. You're going to hear stories from people saying they wish they never got married. I began to hear stories about why people are tired of their job. They regret doing what they're doing. They wish they could have done something else. And I talked to them, well, why don't you just try this? And a lot of them, no, there's too much risk. They have bills to pay. They don't want to take a chance. I heard the whole thing. So I began to just organize all of the conversations that I heard and developed 4 reasons. These are the 4 main reasons. I'm sure there's other reasons, but these are the 4 main ones. Number 1 is an unwillingness to change. A lot of people I see are stuck in the past, stuck in their high school days, stuck in really an immature way of looking at the world. In other words, self-centeredness and being highly demanding, expecting people to take care of you, expecting circumstances or situations such as your job or your family just to know what you need to give them a sense of comfort, give them a sense of acknowledgement and respect. But they don't want to change. They're still the same person. They're still operating in the same mannerisms. In other words, when you get stuck in the past and you're not willing to change because you're not willing to grow, you're not willing to do the things you need to do to advance your career or deepen the connection with your wife or your husband or your children even. In other words, learn communication. More times than not, this is the main reason. And it goes even deeper into reason number 2. They're stuck in the comfort zone, or you're stuck in the comfort zone. In other words, things are going well for you. Bills are getting paid. You have a great income. Relationship, sure, even with its ups and downs, is going great. And it's nice. It's a nice place to be, to buy what you want, go on vacations to where you want. but still, you know something inside you is burning. Something inside you is yearning to be expressed. And more often than not, it is contribution, your impact to the world. Something inside you wants to contribute, make an impact on your community, but you're just comfortable where you are. And because you're comfortable and you experience the pleasures that money can buy, the opportunities that money can afford you, or affordable to you rather, seem to just keep you going to make you say to yourself, yeah, life is good. What more do I need? I have all that I need. I just want to be content where I'm at. Because it's scary. It's scary to step out of your comfort zone, to do a new project, to open a business, to take a relationship to another level, to have the impact on the community that you want to have. It's scary. And because you're scared, because things are going well enough for you, it's just easier to continue doing what you're doing. I have a friend who's a retired medical doctor. He just takes the easy way of doing things, goes with the flow, and does whatever is easier to him, from his point of view. And he's retired now, raised a family, doing well. But he's a sane person, and he knows this. And I hear it in his voice when he talks. Because when I introduce any kind of ideas, he's like, yeah, that is important. But going to the same restaurants, eating the same food, living the hedonistic lifestyle because you have the money that can afford it is another main reason why people don't change and grow. They get stuck there. They never change as a person. You don't see them making an impact that they want to have on the community, the family around them, leaving behind a legacy. And they just buy the food they want to buy. They're happy going to the restaurants they could afford, the clothes that's on their back. But nothing changes. The same old thing every single day. And I can see it in his eyes. I see this in a lot of people's eyes at this level. Middle-aged, there's a certain dissatisfaction, yet they don't want to admit it because things are going well. I mean, if things are going well, why change? But that part of you that is yearning, that's burning inside of you to be something more, to have greater influence, positive influence, it never gets expressed. And that ultimately makes you feel unfulfilled. And when you die unfulfilled, there's just a feeling of, why didn't I love and do more that I could have done? I didn't fulfill my purpose. When you feel unfulfilled, it's because you're not feeling your highest purpose. Number 3, you need to learn more skills. This is so important in any endeavor that you take upon, whether it's starting a business, quitting your job, starting a business, whether it's moving up in a company. There's something called a Peter principle, where in corporate America, when the company sees that you have the potential to fulfill a higher position and they hire you for it because they like you've done such a great job where you're at, and then you get there and you feel completely incompetent. Or you turn down the higher position because you know it takes a greater amount of skills and you just don't have it. This is where a lot of professionals, especially in corporate America, or even if you own your own business and it's just the same thing, you want to get out of it, the Peter principle, because you feel that you are at the peak level of your skills and performance. And you believe at some level that you cannot learn any new skills. And it really boils down to being in the comfort zone. You're comfortable with the skills you have. You're comfortable with the level of performance. And there's just a sense of, well, why do I need to learn more skills? It's easier to work at the skill level that I'm at than to take new courses. And there's a belief system. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. This is all that I can handle. I am stressed already. I can't handle anymore. When you tell yourself these things over and over again, you actually buy into it and behave accordingly. If you believe that you'll never be good enough, if you believe that you are at the peak of your skill level and performance, then you'll tell yourself, I don't need to learn anything else. I don't want to learn anything else. It's too hard. That inner dialogue, you begin to believe and you play it out. when in fact you can change that inner dialogue, change the behavior, and learn more skills. There's an anxiety when you hit the unknown. There's an anxiety when you get offered a higher paid position and you realize, I'm not qualified for this. Do I take it and fake it, or do I turn it down? Now, more times than not, people turn it down unknowingly. They'll deny the higher position by not applying for it, by not demonstrating initiative to want it. Because when you get in over your head, things can be overwhelming. But instead of learning new skills, you just panic and complain. You got to learn more skills. And the next level in life, it's not only new skills, it's another level of character. It's another level of integrity. And this is what really holds people back, is they don't want to change within themselves. This is number one, unwillingness to change. People don't want to up the ante on their integrity because they want to fool around. They want to drink at the same bar. They want to blow off responsibilities for the same reasons to go play golf. You see what I mean? And you see the ultra successful people. Now, I'm not saying you have to be an Elon Musk to be happy, but most people want to move up in the company, not move down or stay at the same level. If you're stuck in your comfort zone, you're not willing to change, you're not willing to learn more skills, and it takes more skills, and it takes a higher level of integrity. Now, number 4, you're unaware. There's no desire or need to grow or change. You just don't see a reason to change. You don't see a need. You don't see a need. You don't comprehend a reason as to why it's necessary to go to another level. And, you know, things are going well. Things are comfortable. Why change? Why fix something that isn't broken? That's usually because there's not enough pain. People usually change when things go bad. The universe lets us know that, hey, your purpose in life, this was just a stepping stone. This was never meant to be the end-all, be-all. This was to prepare you. Now, you did so well. You set up a great life for yourself. So you're comfortable, and why bother learning more skills? It's too hard, as you tell yourself. But then there's not enough pain, or that initial purpose that you have just got stifled out with the comfort and the pleasure that you created for yourself. That inspiration isn't there until something brings it out. Something happens in your life. Or you see something that inspires you, that reminds you of your higher purpose. And when you get in tune with that higher purpose, then feelings of inspiration come and you begin to seek out resources to fulfill that purpose. Now, if you're unaware of that, you're just unaware of it. Things are going so well, you get kind of just like a boat in a river. You just go where the current takes you and you do the best you can. But you never really fulfill your highest purpose. You don't even know what it is. And that's fine. Most people don't. It's something that gets to be discovered as you mature and as you grow. But without a reason, there's usually some sort of event. Children graduate high school or college, all of a sudden your time is freed up. Or something you hear a neighbor do or a coworker make possible. How did they do that? And it inspires you. And all of a sudden you wake up to, wait a second, I'm unhappy being where I'm at. I was content and just putting up with stuff, but deep down inside I realized this feeling that I couldn't put a finger on was this desire to grow and desire to contribute. If you're not aware of that feeling because you're numbed out because of stress, then you're not going to change. Now, the other side of being unaware is your behavior. More often than not, our behavior keeps us from growing by how we come across and the impact, positive or negative, usually negative, and how it affects your life. For instance, if you have to be right all the time, if you're dominating conversations, if you're acting superior and talking down onto people, or if you're just deflecting all the time, you may not be aware that you're behaving this way. And therefore, in the company, other people see it around you, but you're doing a good job. You're competent enough to be skilled and perform your duties effectively to get paid well, but you're just not growing. You're not getting promoted. Even though you're capable, you're skilled enough to take on the higher position. There's plenty of people where you see get promoted who are not skilled, but because they talk a better talk, and you know that you're more skilled and you get passed up. This is what happens. It could be a communication skill, a people skill that you're not aware of, because how you're coming across, it's really obvious to people that you're just in it for yourself. Again, if you come across as being manipulative, you come across as being egotistical, always arguing, always having to be right, then it turns people off to you. They don't want to relate to you. They may put up with you because you're good at what you do, but they don't really want to see you grow. And this is a blind spot in your behavior and your character. In order to move up, the higher the levels of responsibility not only take higher degrees of skill, they also take or require higher degrees of integrity. Your character must grow and build. If you're overreacting, if you're hot-headed, always judging and condemning and blaming, that's not a value of a leader. When you move up, it's about leadership qualities. It's about your ability to influence others in a positive direction. It's about your ability to direct workflow and increase work output. It's about your ability to inspire motivation. In other words, create teamwork, create cohesiveness around the people who work around you, or with the people that work around you. So if you're not aware of these dynamics, you're not going to grow within yourself to master the skills to actually demonstrate initiative and growth, to be seen, to even be recognized as, hey, we want you to take on this higher level position. So when you apply and you don't know why you're not getting it, it's because you're not aware of these dynamics. So these are the 4 reasons why you stop growing and how to get past them. Number 1, you're unwilling to change. You're stuck in the past. You need to let go of the past. Get over that. You're not a kid anymore. You're not a teenager anymore. Grow up, take responsibility, and realize that your ability to respond is responsibility. In other words, your ability to take initiative and take action instead of just not changing. You're stuck in the comfort zone. Number 2, things are going so well, it's like I feel good, and then there's a certain fear and apprehension about moving outside of the comfort zone. Number 3, you need to learn more skills, be it people skills, be it better certain managing skills or accounting skills, whatever the skills are. You just need to learn more skills. Number 4, you're unaware of your behavior and your character and really what it takes to get to the next level, which is a change in character as much as it is a change in skill. So when you get stuck in the company and you realize people are passing you up, they're getting raises and you're not, why does that happen? Because it doesn't feel good when you know you're qualified for the next position, the higher position, and you're not getting it. And you see younger people, how did they get it? It doesn't feel good to be rejected, to be left out, to be stuck at the same pay level and never be able to save up for a house, never be able to buy your wife the things that she wants. You can't pay for your kid's college tuition. Well, that's what happens when you get stuck and you can't grow. And if that is happening to you, I can help you with that. I've experienced this stagnation in my own life and have transitioned into life coaching. I'm a transformational mindset coach. Everything starts in the mind. Now, there's some coaches who only teach tactics and strategies, there's some coaches who only teach mindset. It takes a combination of both. One does not work without, you can have a positive outlook and have a clear picture, but if you don't know how to apply it, then it doesn't work. You could have all the skills needed, but you don't have the right mindset. You're still negative. You're still complaining. It doesn't work either. So I have a 5-step program to get you to the next level because this is what it takes. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will be more than happy to get back to you. This is Dr. Spencer Coaches. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I sure hope that helps. Thank you so much.